Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. If you are new here, please tap the screen. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Come on in. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Coming in. I'm kind of confused about what's going on, so we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. This is not going as planned, is what I will say. Hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on? How are you and your son doing? How are y'all doing? Hope all is well. We're about to start a new week. Hey, 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 hey. Hello, Erica. Nice. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Hey, Tonique Skincare. Okay. Hey, Nisha. Hey, Forever Autumn. Speaking to everyone. Y'all, remember, I guess I'm trying to get the timeline down. The timeline. I'm confused. Hey, Big RT, how are you? So remember when I was live, or we talked, and people were saying she pulled all the kids out. And remember, Storm reported that she pulled all the kids out. And I was like, well, I don't know. I haven't heard that from anywhere. Y'all remember, right? That's real interesting that we are doing good. This week is fall break for the kids. So my son is saying, oh, that's nice. Okay. Hello, Miss Deborah. How are you? Hey, Miss Lisa Johnson. How are you? Hello, Miss Carol Jackson. How are you? Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. So did this incident happen this past Thursday, or did it happen last Friday? And did Peach remove her children before she posted her actual live reaction, or did she wait to make the video? Because everyone's saying, and even the videos that Jessica posted, they said they give the bags out on Friday. So was the bag given out? Yes, if everyone can go ahead and hit the like button and share if you want. Because it just doesn't, I don't know, but we're going to get into Jessica responded. Hey, Miss Cheryl, and I'm sure since I originally saw Jessica's, well, this is not Jessica's response per se. This is, feeding the felt, feeding empty tummies. Did an overall response, which I know now it has 135 comments, y'all. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. It has 135 comments. Oh, wow. Let me see. This poor organization, y'all, they just, I don't know. I don't even know really who should be mad at. I don't know if she signed. That's why I'm just like so confused. I just feel like because it was handled inappropriately, like CC29 said the other night, if anything was done wrong, if any step was missed, if any apology would have or should be given, it will not anymore. You gave people time to dig up information, because it still goes to the point where, yes, she did accept food in the past when she had them Bob, Janet Jackson, whatever braids. I think she was still pregnant with the twins or about to have the twins or whatever, and she accepted the food. I get it. But if this organization and school is supposed to follow a certain process because of policies and they did not, you can, but now that you've acted an ASS, if anything was, if any I was not dotted, any T was not crossed, it doesn't matter. It's just very interesting. When did they receive the original backpacks? because on the website and Jessica in her video states that they receive a backpack at first. So I don't know. It's just so much. Let's just see what more people are saying. Let's do not most relevant. Let's do all comments. So this is the one, attorney. She basically said, as an attorney, advocate, and social activist, I want to sincerely applaud. So she basically was saying Peaches was dead wrong for how she's handling it. Like, it's like you didn't have all your information ducks in a row. But then I'm wondering if we look at the timeline, she said Peaches emailed her Friday. They emailed her back Saturday. If it was the Friday before, I don't know. When do y'all think the kids really received the bags? When do y'all think the kids received the bags? Was it Thursday or last, like 2 Fridays ago, really? When do you think they received the bags? That's what we need to know. Because if they received them on Thursday, okay, that's a real reaction. If they received them on last Friday, then the way you are attacking the organization is either malicious or whatever the schools is something else going on if they actually received the bags last Friday. And then all of a sudden this tutoring on Saturday, I don't know. It's just weird. She got something fishy is going on. Her views did go up. But something fishy is going on. Hey, Simply Nicole, how are you? She is speaking to everyone. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and say hi to Miss Simply Nicole. So the CPS signed her up on her last visit. I believe the twins were in the NICU. She still has the video of Peaches loving all these think pieces. Yes, so that's the video where that man and she asked them for swim lessons. That was that video. I think Yo-Yo had it in her video. Well, in one of the videos. I think it was one of the first ones. Is that the one where she asked for swim lessons and she did say she wanted food for the summer? That's what I was thinking, Miss Cheryl. I was thinking this is not going to end well. And also, what is your plan for your children? You know, what is the plan for the children? So they have to get out. Like they're going to leave the school. Like, this is a lot. So that means they're not going to be tutoring anymore because you really about to drive to Lakewood Ranch to tutor? Hell, they might harass you every time. Let's run them plates. You don't put a target on yourself. You put a target on McKay if he stays there. McKay already had a problem. Remember last year when McKay had a problem with the resource officer? Y'all remember? And we never saw what the happened at the end. Yeah, because it was some foolishness. Yeah, I remember that. But she just lives dangerous, all for clicks and views. That's why I'm wondering, did she already pull them out? Like this past week, has all that taken place already? Because remember when the teacher called her, her husband was not home, but Peaches was laying up in the bed. Jessica also listed the items that were given out the day. Kindly note that she didn't return all of the items given out that day. Oh, wow. That's probably because Gorgeous ate some of them, right? She probably ate some of them. And do y'all remember it was either when she was live and she was talking about it's now another Black person that goes to the school. Don't come out there and make the school ghetto. And she said that the mama is a fan but acts like she doesn't know her, but the child knows her. So I wonder if Gorgeous had got the stuff and Gorgeous said, hey, have your mom sign you up so you can get the book bag. Because Gorgeous, at the end of the day, you move like what you're around. So if your mom and dad are always showing you how to get free stuff, that's how they move. You see the hustle, you see the come up, hey, they give you a bag and you get snacks. She's not realizing it's coming from a place called Feeding Little Tummies. Gorgeous like, hell, we getting snacks every week. We this what's up, And they probably take them book bags right to their damn room. Remember, she said she don't even check book bags. So she didn't even know the thing of food was in there. She just goes straight to her room when she get home. So she didn't even know those bags. They probably were coming in handy. Hell, Gorgeous might have said, we don't have no food on the weekend. Hell. She'd be surprised when Wood cooked 2 days a week. So they just fending for themselves the rest of the days. Hey, what's going on? How are you? How are you? I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Hey, what's going on? I hope all is well. Happy Sunday. This is a hot mess. I wish I just really knew when the bags were given out. That's what I really want. Yes, that video. And it's a charter school. Child, it's a mess. Peach is trying. She's not going to be able to sue. She was hoping that I guess what a lawyer was going to contact her, and that's why I wonder if things weren't going her way when she originally pulled the kids out. Things weren't going her way, so now she's exposing it on the internet. Like, was that her? That might have been a live reaction, but did you actually post it? Did you post it? Like, did you record it and hold it, or did you record it and post it right away? And that's what, go ahead, Jessica, tell that business. Tell that business. Yeah, she doesn't know how to control herself. You know, only little ghetto hood rats are applauding how she handled herself. Which, don't get me wrong now, if the story, the way she came out with the story at first, I would be upset if that was my child, but I would not have handled it like she handled it. But I would be upset, yes. But I wouldn't have handled it like that. I'm not going to not meet with the school. I don't understand why you would not meet with the school. I do not get it. And it just seems to me, yes, you were hostile on that video, but for them to have that officer, not even the resource officer, or was that the resource officer? That was the real police, but what in the green fatigue? I don't know, army fatigue, but to have that officer out there, it seems like some stuff is missing. Something already transpired. I mean, I know that video was harsh. And I know when she threw that food, it was harsh. And I know at a climate we live in, you know, they would get security. I just don't think they would have had security just straight out in the open. Like I said, when she turned the camera to that video, I did a video earlier. When she turned the camera to, not that video, when she turned the camera to the doors, you didn't see the officer or anyone out there. So did she go in there? Because remember, she said she felt ambushed. Did she go in there and then she walked out and they tried to have her come back in? Or was she already like, because we're going to have to go, let's go watch that video real quick. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. I want to see what y'all feel about this. Since the officers were there, that's why I'm wondering if something was going on for a whole week and Peach said, F it, I'm going to the internet with it, you know? And then we got to remember, when did Storm say she pulled all the kids out of school? Miss Cheryl, you know. Miss Cheryl, when did Storm say she pulled all the kids? Yep, they're going to be a target. Hey, how are you? Hope all is well. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Cheryl, when did Storm say she pulled all the kids? Because you had told us she had pulled. I remember Storm saying it, but then when we were in the chat and live over here, you had said it too. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Felt delivers every Friday to Florida school, so it had to be last week or so. So she was already, something was already boiling with her, and it must have been hell that whole week. And then Thursday, for some reason, besides it's the end of the month, and she knew she had to get this content out to run it up, because TikTok, which is very malicious. If you did hold it, I mean, I get why you would hold it, if you really did. So that means it had to be last Friday. Oh no, huh? I hope someone's gonna take him. I just thought about it. You think she's withdrawing the kids because she has to move due to alleged eviction? Oh, what? No, not an alleged eviction. So it seems like, too, she keeps saying our community. So she lives in Manatee County. So the CPS is in Manatee County, but I kind of figured the way she was acting a little bit. I didn't know if it was pregnant, definitely financial, them little 1,600. But everyone kept saying, oh, she paid her rent up for a year. She did this, that, da, da. But that's the same crazy thing people were saying when she had allegedly that 87K and was going to pay up her rent. And then she only paid up 1 month and everyone thought she was dumb as hell. But then they went ahead and got evicted. So I don't know. Her moving that cash around, her doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, everything she's making, social media, she's not going to have anything until the 16th of next month. So I don't know. She's not able to sit down and really sell no classes. I mean, she is, I guess, ending up on the FYP a little bit, but not really. So I don't know how she's doing with her views over there. I just would like to know when she withdrew her kids. Because like I said, when that teacher called her after the email, and wanted to set up a meeting, they were probably going to ask her to take them damn videos down because of the amount of calls and threats they were getting. Oh, you know what? When was Lakewood Ranch's homecoming? Because if that was last week, she definitely pulled all them kids out and she let Gregory use that as content. Because I'm hoping she's not doing all this and any of the kids still attend that damn school. I hope she is not, acting like this. And he's still, I don't know, I would like him to be there, but I mean, graduate from somewhere. But I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, these are the comments. A lot of people don't support the foolishness. And some people were actually, I'm trying to look right now to see if I see when was the actual homecoming. So Spirit Week home. So I guess she let him do that homecoming because usually Spirit Week is homecoming week, right? So that would have ended. That would have been when she did. Yeah. Let's see if we can see it somewhere else. Where would we see it? College and career, get involved, enrollment, curriculum. Would it be under, okay, school athletics, high school sports, athletic schedule maybe? Is homecoming like that? What month is this? September. Let's see. So they really only have volleyball. So I'm wondering if that was homecoming and there's the meal service. I wonder if she tried to apply for free or reduced lunch and was waiting for approval or something. I was trying to see when this damn homecoming was. A tuition-free public charter school. Oh. Yeah, I'm wondering if that is why she released it. Did they get it before? She needs some views. They're not going back to the school anyway. So, oh, here's the school calendar. Okay. Oh, no, that's just like closes and stuff. So that doesn't say anything. Yeah, that's just like closures and stuff. So I don't know. I do not know. Oh, because I kept wondering why she was pulling that straight cash out. I was like, why is she pulling cash? I said the only reason you would be pulling cash is because how you're moving, making moves out here. So you would be pulling cash. But yeah, I was wondering that. What's all the cash for that you can't use tap or credit? I said, well, somebody must be about to hit the account. So she's gonna want that account to just sit there and go in the negative. She's up to something. She is up to something. But if homecoming was this past week, that's why she would release it. Hey, Miss Reba, how are you? How are you? Y'all just let me know when y'all think they gave out those bags. And do you think there's going to be any repercussions? Do you think there's going to be any type of repercussion? So we have, if we can go ahead and get 8 people to go ahead and like the video, I would greatly appreciate it if we can get 8 people to like it. Yeah, I just think she didn't handle it right. She was just something else was going on, but she definitely did not handle this situation right. It's all fun and games to be that ghetto hood rat project chick, until it really impacts the thing that you were trying to improve for your kids. And the thing is, you dropped your kids in an environment when parents been paying for the best learning academy since they were 6 months old. You think just because they're stay-at-home moms, they're keeping the kids with them. No, they're rich stay-at-home moms. Well, not rich, but they're married to a doctor, IT tech person. They're able to not pay for before and after care. They pay for daycare, maybe go get their nails on spa, clean, network, socialize, connections, and everything like that on boards, volunteering and doing different things involved in the school and stuff. But they're not running around with a bunch of ragamuffins, not in that community. No. They're at the best learning academy. So those kids know how to pronounce the words. They know their colors. They know how to write. They know simple math. They recognize coins. They recognize shapes, all those good things that your kids were behind in. They've been reading. If anything showed a developmental cognitive delay, their pediatricians were picking them up. Their schools were picking those things up and putting in referrals for them to go ahead and get the services they need outside. So you dropped your kids off. You didn't better your kids. You didn't better yourself. And here you are mad. And I really think she's mad because she feels like the other mom who is now at the school would expose Peach for receiving these free bags. That's the only reason I can see her popping off now. And besides, you need to let the internet have a reason. You tell the internet a reason that you are withdrawing your children and this, that, and the other. But what Gregory McKay experienced last year, and you didn't let Wood go up and handle that shit, you should have stopped putting it. You didn't have to put them back then. But you were trying to prove so much to us who you don't give a F about. You were trying to prove, look, I am going to drive them to Lakewood Ranch every day, you dumbass. I am going to do this every day. I am going to do this every day. So big, trying to prove to us. Now it's gotten to be too much. So I'm guessing Wonderful will no longer be in daycare. The kids will no longer be in school. We'll see if they receive tutoring, all because you needed some type of story to get a bag. Because you're truly not a content creator. You have to sit there just like you complain about us talking about you. You done did 50,000 damn videos on Jessica. But what have you done behind the scenes that if you really feel like your children were discriminated against, were picked on, you think sitting on social media going back and forth with Jessica, you need to be tagging politicians, you need to be tagging the school board, you need to be doing so much else besides attacking Jessica. If you truly feel your kids were targeted, you need to. Because you were so mad and you felt they were targeted, but you couldn't put down the damn camera to go have a meeting with the school. Why couldn't you put down the camera to have a meeting with the school? You're so busy listening to those on TikTok tell you, I agree, I wouldn't have did that either. I don't trust them. It was still a way that you could have circled back. And this is, again, what I talk about working in the professional field. Do you think when you go into a meeting with your manager, your supervisor, the director, are you saying, oh, excuse me, let me record this meeting? No, you're taking notes, you're paying attention, and then you circle back with a detailed email and say, can you please respond? That we did discuss these items and this was the outcome that we both agree or agree to disagree. But that's the good things about, being professional and working in a professional environment, Peaches. But because you're so down and think that you're this self-employed boss, you can't even handle situations, Miss Adversity. You can't even handle stuff. All you know how to do is cuss, yell enough that your voice shakes, and say a bunch of shit that doesn't matter. And now you're talking about your children. You're not talking about some goofy ass chicken from Popeye. You're not talking about your hair. You're talking about your children and your children's future. You're talking about your black son has to ride back and forth to Lakewood Ranch. Oh, crazy ass heifer. She's just crazy. Yes, I see the police were there because of her aggression, but at the beginning of her video, you didn't see the police. Hold on, we're going to go to it. Okay, hold on. This video.
Peach Batch. Today is Friday, September 26, 2025. Current time is 2:28 p.m.
And there's a reason why she turned it around and actually showed the camera in the time she was meeting. She's very strategic and manipulative about what she's doing. Now, mind you, we just saw that this is the end of Spirit Week at the high school. And she has been posting, because remember we said, who did she pull out of school? We were assuming Gregory, and then we were assuming Choicey, then McIntyre, then she showed McIntyre at the gym, and she's been showing his homecoming stuff. But we just see what date the homecoming, I would believe, would be September 26th or the 27th if it's on a Saturday. Because they don't have a football team or anything.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm currently in front of my kids.
So, like, when she turns it around at 2:26, there's no one in front of the school. There's no one in front.
School, Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy. Emailed both principals.
And you see how she cut and edited that to where she emailed both principals and stuff like this? You could tell that was a cut and edit. So I don't know what all actually took place on Friday the 26th. I know she did show aggression in that other video, but remember, she's making it seem like she never walked in the building. So if you never walked in the building, or you saying that they saw you come up and the police officer and the guy came out, but the police officer didn't go back in the building, with the guy. And usually an officer, when they're called to usually sit in their car, and their car might be close to the building. But to stand up there on guard, it was something else happened. Something else is going on. The emails must have got crazy. I don't know what I don't know what happened, but the pieces aren't really adding up. They're not. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I said too. Because she didn't want to meet. Now, if they call her to meet, or she tries to get a meeting and come back to it, you done gave them too much time, too much ammunition. That's why I'm really thinking the kids are out of this school. The kids are gone. The kids are gone. Yeah, you can't do that. She was out of order. But I just feel like she cut a big part of this video.
The principal at the lower school, as well as the principal at the upper campus. I also emailed feeding empty little tummies and some more people as well in regards to what happened with my children. My kid's principal called me and asked for a meeting. Hey, side already.
I need you. You want to go? Come on, I'll go out with you. Come on.
See how she just went tie and then she went already. But she would have saw them coming out, and she, knowing Peach, would have turned that camera around right away to show, damn, the police are already here. But she didn't do that until she got all the way up there. That's why I'm like, okay, did you leave and try to come back? And they were like, hold on, wait a minute. And now the officer had to get out his car. Like, when you pulled up, was the officer in his car? And then you did go in, and I don't know. What do y'all think? She must have been acting an ass, worse than the video. She was already acting an ass. Hold on, my mouse ain't working. Hey, Della, how are you? Hope all is well. Saying hey, speaking. Yeah, she said acted like a dirty foot. Oh, that eviction notice had her boiling, allegedly. Oh, wow. Okay, so last week. So that would kind of make sense when that the food bags were given last week. The kids been at home with her. The kids were at home with her on Friday. Has she been going? She hasn't really been going live too much in the library, has she? Hey, Miss Regina, how are you? How are you? I hope all is well.
But meanwhile,
hey, but we're very grateful for that. But
wake up and
we do ask the schools to check with the parents to make sure that they're okay with this.
But they didn't ask.
But occasionally a bag will go home with a kid because somebody was absent.
Telling me that it's possible that my privileged kids received some.
I want Peach to understand what makes her kids privileged. Like, what makes your kids privileged? Do you even know what privilege means? I mean, I don't get it. Like, why would you think your kids are having special rights, advantages, or immunities? Is privilege? Peaches, I don't think your kids are privileged.
Food that was meant for a child who is food deprived because they were absent And instead of that being alarming, since they're already food deprived, you give it to a privileged child.
And they decide to send an extra bag home because a kid is asking for food or they're hungry.
My kids have never asked for food because they're hungry. And if they did, it was without my knowledge, because I would have went about the whole grocery store and dropped.
Let me see you buy the whole grocery store and drop it off. And see, this is the ugly side of social media. Trying to do stuff for clicks and views, trying to be relatable when you want Black single moms to purchase your guides, your classes. So then you're walking around public like you're a broke Black single mom. And if you guys are broke, you can go get a free cookie and some fruit and some water like I do when it's hard and I can't afford egg bites and I can't do this and my lazy ass won't get up and cook for my kids. You don't think the school sees that? Like, come on. You just said a fan goes to the school. Her child goes to the school now. So you don't think people see these videos? And now you're saying that if your child was ever hungry, they would give you, okay, you would know. You just were on the internet admitting that you need to do better. You need to be an excellent parent. You need to do this. You need to get off social. And I was one who said, you don't need to get off. I mean, she can't get off social media because how is she going to make her income? Now, this is starting to be where you're going to owe money. You're going to have a damn lawsuit. These people need to go get a damn injunction, a gag order, something where you can't say ish about them anymore. You have displaced anger. You don't even know who you should be mad at. You played yourself. And now in 2025, people are sick of your bullshit. You know, people maybe 3-4 months ago were just talking about Black fatigue, the same way you acted in that restaurant eating your breakfast or brunch. That's what Carnival was talking about. People feeling like they're just entitled because they pay to be somewhere and they can just act like they want to, disregard how everyone else feels. You can't do that. As a grown ass woman, you should know that. But now it's really sad because your antics are directly impacting your children. All your antics before the fall impacts your children. Now, just everything you just did impacts your children. Your son has to drive there. Your children now are not going to school there, which you're going to try to turn it and make it seem like it's better that they're homeschooled when you just told us they can't read from you homeschooling them. So that doesn't even make sense. Like, huh? But you want people to feel bad for you. You got TikTok over there boosting your head up. TikTok is boosting her head up so bad, y'all. Oh, yes, you can tell. They have Olivia Pope working the case, honey. You can tell everything Jessica released was definitely a PR move. That was a PR move. Everything Jessica released and said, that was definitely PR. That was a crisis PR moment. Let's get out in front of this. Let's take the heat off of the organization. We're not going to call out the school because we don't know if the heifer filled out a form. Also, we don't know if a guidance counselor referred them. But what we do know is we don't need to lose our volunteers, our donors, and we don't need to lose the fact that we're partnering with schools. Because some schools can be nasty and say, you know what, we don't want this. We don't want this for our kids. Because we see where it can, hurt. Some schools can do that. They don't feel like dealing with the headache. They don't have to accept these type of programs. So she has displaced anger. But yeah, Jessica has definitely contacted the attorneys. She definitely has. And I can't say I blame her. I really can't say I blame her. Yeah, it can't. That's what I say. It can't be them $1,600. It can't be. It's something else. I don't know if it's her pregnancy hormones, allegedly, or what's going on. I really would hope it's not an eviction, because I really do feel like now this time would definitely be a lot harder. And then, and I think it's still going to be a lot harder to get something in your name, but I guess, they can Airbnb it if she goes ahead and makes the cash. She's got to make the money. So I don't know. I don't know. I just feel bad for the kids and Gregory McKay. Hey, how are you? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. What's Saturday? When she made the videos, yes, that was Saturday, but when did they receive the food bag? Yeah, she has definitely opened up a large can of worms. Yes, they are going after the business. And then when you have a big platform and you utilize your platform to do stuff like that, that is wrong. You cannot do that. That's wrong. Yeah, you can't do stuff like that. She is wrong. But y'all see these comments? Y'all see them? They are letting people know. And they knew now. What I will say is feeding, what is it? Feeding empty little tummies. Oh, they got a little because baby, she left these comments on. The other one, you had to be a follower for 24 hours on her videos, but she left these comments on. And I think she says, okay, her supporters are coming over here, but it's some people in these comments that are like, no, you are wrong. They is not falling for it. So she left these comments on, sweetheart. She did. She definitely did. And I don't blame her. I'm trying to zoom a little bit. Okay, so this was the one from the attorney, which she basically was just saying how wrong Peaches is. Let me see what you guys are saying. And then we'll go more through the comments. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they have. I am sure they have. Because you got all this press. And it's still weird that she was going to the meeting, she recorded that. It's like, did she know they were going to be in, some hot water on press? So she's like, oh, I'll add to it. Let me do this. Because she's so manipulative. You have to watch how she moves. Yeah, he should have said. She should. Somebody should have told her by now, but she's been quiet today. Saturday, she ran herself crazy. Saturday, she went crazy. Yes, all in one. You cannot behave that way. That doesn't work. That's why I say that's not Popeyes. That's not the hair store. There are different places, you could turn up a little, let them know, when them co-workers be coming back. But then again, don't get no food from there either. When you know you finna cuss them out at Popeyes, just say to chuck up your food. I want my money back. But to sit there and be like that with the with their school, that just proves to you there is not an ounce of professionalism in this girl's bones. She can sit there and do her little proper voice all day, But baby, why you can't do it when you're angry? You couldn't control yourself and get it together and put the camera down, girl. And I'm sure, because you know she a big person, I'm sure you know her going off with them people like, oh hell no. And she threw them bags with them big back arms. Oh yes. Yeah, this was bad, y'all. Oh, you think truancy? Oh Lord. Ooh. Yeah, she was intimidated by the police. I just want to know. She just can't control herself. I wonder what what's next. Yes, he has no authority in that house at all. Cause let me tell you, so a real man gonna say, all right now, all right, don't pull that damn camera. I mean, but we kind of see that he don't have anything, and then she tried to come on the internet like she's like this submissive, like this is why me and my husband have problems. Girl, please. Oh goodness, y'all, the attendance. Oh no, Peach, you gotta do better, girl. You gotta do better, girl. You gotta do better. That is crazy. So is that why she was out here saying she's a good mom and that she was so proud of herself for getting her kids to school? So yeah, this has not been a good year for them at that school. When they brought to the attention that they needed help, they were far behind. She wanted to be a good mom. They have been giving her hell. They have been on her ass. They have been on her ass. Oh yeah, the lawyer, she done messed herself up now. And that's what the little ghetto tribe that's telling her, oh, you da 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 da. I'm like, girl, the way she acting, because the lawyer gonna tell you, hush, sit down, be quiet. Let us work this. You're doing too much. You are doing too much. All that she's doing. Mm, mm, mm. And the sad part about it is she thinks she's handled everything right. She thinks she's handled it like a boss. She's got this down pat. Y'all can tell her that. That girl just is crazy. Hold on, y'all. Lemonade. Yeah, I don't know what's next for Miss Peach McIntyre. So she right now is also very happy, a little sneaky behind because we have to admit she's getting the views. She's getting the views right now, so she is happy. She doesn't care. She getting the dang on views. She's getting the views. So she does not care. Yes, if we can go ahead and get y'all to like the video, that would be great. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for being here, though. She definitely can't fight. She can't fight. All that money, all that money. And that's what people don't understand. All that money, down talking to everybody else, feeling like you're this, that, and the other. And now look. not you facing another eviction, not your kids can't read. You know, you were, oh my God, all the Disney stuff. And then it's crazy that you could tell this got her so upset because remember how it was in her voice and stuff. And I know she's an actress and stuff, but this really got her upset. And I really think it's because she thought that other mom was going to expose her. She really thought that other mom was going to expose her. Because how come out of all this, you now do a video about this damn bag that you received, and in it you're showing, you don't show the black bag, you show the book bag. So therefore it just seems like the kids have been receiving it. Gorgeous and the girl are friends, and Gorgeous said, oh yeah, you know, ask your mom to sign you up for it, you're gonna get a free book bag. They're going to give you either a pink or purple bag. Because remember, even Jessica said they had some cool bags donated this year. So, you know, Gorgeous like her mama, I'm going to put you up on game. I'm going to put you on how to scam the system. No, you just, or Gorgeous told the little girl to say, hell, go tell them you hungry. Tell them you hungry, you don't have any food on the weekend. Sure. And then maybe the little girl went back home and said, oh, okay, but my mom had to sign this. And Gorgeous said, Mom, did you sign us up for a program? Sure, I don't know, child. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That's why I didn't understand. Why did she think they were ambushing her? The way she threw them damn bags, you was ambushing. She didn't feel ambushed when two people were standing at the glass thing after she acted an ass on the phone. She didn't feel ambushed then. Something else happened and you felt, I don't, mm-mm. And then at that time at 2:30, wasn't the kids still in school on Friday, or were they out of school Friday? Oh, I guess we could have just looked at the calendar. I was at this. Hold on. No, because it was Spirit. So no, let me see. Let's see. Just so we can make sure. September 26th. No, they had school. And what time does school end? Doesn't school end at like 2:30? 2:30. So should they, what time does school end? I'm trying to see what time does the school start. On school. So it's weird that they wanted for her to be so hostile. They were having her meet come up there with the police and everything because the front office is closed at 2:30 until dismissal is complete. Usually they don't have any meetings during dismissal. They don't like to, but for that time, and usually they'll have like, yeah, we will reopen after dismissal. So, but office hours are from 7 a.m. to 3:30. Instructional hours are 7:30 to 2:45. So for them to meet her as a hostile person during school hours and have the police there, I don't know. It seems like, well, were they going to just, I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? That's what, it just seems weird to me why they had her at that time. Hey Marie, how are you? Yeah, her mom did teach her that. That's how her mom does stuff. You're so right about that. Hold on, I'm gonna see what y'all. Ooh, take it. if she gets Medicaid, she doesn't utilize it. Medicaid pays for school accommodation and all speech therapy as well. If she was private pay, they will put what we call a financial hold on her account, and they won't see her nor the children until her bill is paid. Oh, wait, I missed some. What y'all saying about private pay? Hold on. Dang, I missed it. Okay. What's private pay? The speech therapy that she was paying for McIntyre? Yep, the school is. This is about to be a mess. Oh, yeah, she's definitely gone. She's definitely gone. That's what I'm thinking Jessica is going to do. She's going to get those videos taken down. A hot mess. A hot mess. So some people in the thing are saying truancy. Yes, everyone's saying she's a fraud. That's why I was like, how is this? But I still think Gorgeous might have put the girl on the hookup. She might have not said the sentence the way her mom tried to make her sound, but I still think Gorgeous might have put the little girl in on the hookup because Gorgeous does. I mean, you're around your mom, so she's going to move like her mom. Not the kids set her up. Oh, Lord. She's definitely failing the kids, and she doesn't see it. It's only going to get worse because why would you cause all this commotion at the school? And then it's like, I thought the people down there didn't see race. Y'all all go to, what is it, Monday on the ranch, Wednesday on the ranch. Y'all all get along. Everyone's so fun. Even the officers are laughing and just everything is so much fun. That officer wasn't damn laughing in front of that school. He said, I'm going to have to take that one down. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm sure McKay like, shit, I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to go back there. If we can get everyone to go ahead and like the video. If you are new here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. The goal is to have 10,000 subscribers by January 1st. Yep, she is. And that's the scary part, girl. She don't even see it. She swears she is still doing her big one because of them damn crazy people on TikTok are basically boosting her head. And she doesn't realize she's listening to a bunch of 19, 20, 21-year-olds who haven't even experienced life, barely wiping their cootie coot well. And here they are telling this 35, 36, 37-year-old grown-ass woman, mother of 9 children, how to conduct herself in public and get the business handled that needs to be handled. But everyone thought it was cool and that she could turn it on and off because she knows how to talk like Cindy, some people call it, the white girl sometimes. But clearly, she still cannot control her emotions. She still cannot control her anger, which is just the biggest F up in the world. You definitely need to be able to control yourself. Miss, you done had 15 jobs by the time you're damn 30, probably because of how you were acting. This explains all that. You can't go into people's establishment acting any and every type of way and thinking that is okay, because it's not. You getting trespassing from Popeyes, trespassing from Walmart, now trespassing from your children's school, maybe. That's not cool. You got to work on stuff, whatever is going on with you. Another reaction page the other day was just talking about, like, damn, ever since she been going back and forth with her mom, she cannot get her life together. And it's really looking like, girl, go heal. Go fix yourself. Everybody is not your enemy. You think it's so cool that people want to fall asleep with you, wake up with you, do all this bullshit. just to see you acting ASS. They really don't believe half of the shit you saying. They just want to be able to screen record, say you didn't come, and some of them is basically acting like feeding little empty tummies, but not getting a damn tax write-off. Because all they're doing is buying those classes, buying those e-guides so they can feed your kids empty little effing tummies. Let's be real. Let's be real. Because there's no way in hell you gotta buy the e-guide 4, 5, 6 times to be able to set up a damn channel. So you know these people are just feeding them little tummies. You might as well give to the damn organization and get a tax write-off. This girl had diapers and formula sitting in her garage in her storage unit and thinks it's cute. But I wonder if that's from the time when CPS was at the house and she was saying she needed food for the summer. And he said, I don't know how much I can help with food, but I'll look. But we can definitely help you with diapers and milk and stuff. And then you keeping them to see if you can return them back to Target, knowing damn well you didn't purchase them. Because if you purchased them, you would have been returned them when you needed the cash, or you would have made sure you used them before you went and purchased any more. You didn't care. You didn't purchase them. So you forgot about them. It wasn't important to you. Child, but people keep supporting that foolishness. People keep supporting it. People keep endorsing it, encouraging it, all that stuff. For what? If I can go ahead and get 6 people to like the video, that would be greatly appreciated. 6 people go ahead and like the video. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. The goal is to go ahead and get 5,000 subscribers by January 1st. So that's what I didn't understand either, how she made sure to say that. She does that when she is doing her Wake Up with Peach. She does that. But I thought it was very odd that she documented this, but she didn't document the date and time she got the bags. But Peach is very strategic, and I wonder if that is too the reason why she went off on the man at the restaurant that morning, put on that dress, put on like a cami, because she knew she wore the dress last week when she dropped the kids off. Remember, we haven't seen any going to school content. We haven't seen them getting any more free food from Publix, lunch content, anything like that. The day that she did say, oh, because people were saying, oh, we don't see any more content. And then she posted it, but it was old content because she took out her hair and stuff like that. So remember, she was saying she was so far behind on content, which ended up being a lie, because ever since she's taken off her hair, she's mostly been, her content's been the Afro puffs. So she's a big liar, but I didn't understand what was so significant about her actually clocking the time in this video. That's why I say whenever they receive them bags, them gift bags, it's all suspect. And this is how you can tell it's edited, because it's 2:28. Nobody's standing out there. The officer and everything would be there because she's supposed to be there at 2:30. That's where you see it was cut and edited. So I'm wondering if it was, Peach just said that, I'm wondering if they couldn't finish the meeting, because The lady come running outside. She said, well, come on. You know, it's like they were trying to calm down the situation. Like a situation already happened. Like that lady, to me, how she came out, it seemed like their system, it already had escalated. Because let's listen to this one. Hold on. I don't know where it's. Now look at the book bag. That looked like one of the book bags Jessica handed out, right? You don't see no black bag in sight, right? That looks like one of the book bags Jessica handed up, you know, had in the video. You don't see any black bags in sight, y'all. Oh, I'm not even on the right page. Hold on. There we go. So this one.
Little tummies in there, and she asked Gorgeous who all got one, and Gorgeous replied, her and her siblings and another little girl. My daughter was the other little girl.
Let me see if I got this correct. So my daughter and your daughter, two little black girls, were the only two
My bad.
kids that happened to be black and girls in that entire class that received free food from feeding empty little tummies, even though you didn't apply for anything and I didn't apply for anything. They just decided out of all the kids, because they told me it was completely random, out of all the kids in my daughter's class, your daughter's class, they decided to only give it to the two black students in the entire
Let's go
class.
look at Jessica with the book bag. Cause hold on. Do that. Okay. There we go. Okay. So let me see. Okay. Y'all can hear. Okay. So let's see. I want to see the video of the backpack.
Welcome to a little bit of a Fun Facts Friday. We have now been serving this school year, the third or fourth year in a row, and this week is going to stand for that. So what started on a kitchen table, which I'll give you guys all the facts today, to draw attention to their situation schools, but first time the kids get a bag from us, it typically comes in a backpack. And every time we send a backpack out, it has one of our little consent forms in it. We have about 80% of our program covered by consent forms. Some of the grants that we receive require the consent form. We do have some families that are afraid to fill these out. They don't want to draw attention to their situation for whatever reason. I'm not going to speak on behalf of them, but program covered by consent forms. Some of the bridge a gap. Our goal is just to help offer support during times of difficulty and give something that is much needed in our community. And so we do have a consent form that goes home. I'm going to show you the first time the kids get a bag from us. It typically comes in a backpack. These are both.
So that's the backpack. And this is the other one. This is the backpack. So they don't really have the same brand, but it's just that the material in this backpack looks very new. It looks very new.
I want to address something. Y'all know my kids also attend the same school as Peach McIntyre kids.
Actually, we did.
Has anyone seen that video of that mom? Has anyone seen her, the actual post she made? Because that voice of the mom sounds very weird to me. Have y'all seen the mom's video? I can't, like, the mom's video. Oh, her daughter never said it was a girl on camera. She's upset because she's actually poor in real life. Huh? Yes. Okay. So the voice sounds weird. Maybe it's an app. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Didn't know that, but continue.
And then the
Go ahead
video,
and make
when she
sure
was
you like
talking
the
about
video,
they gave her
y'all.
kids a bag that said feeding little tummies in there, and she asked Gorgeous.
Thanks to the new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys like the video. Her voice sounds so weird to me.
Who all got one, and she Gorgeous replied, her and her siblings and another little girl. My daughter was the other little girl.
Why do they both sound ghetto?
Let me see if I got this correct. So my daughter and your daughter.
Have y'all seen the original video?
Two little black girls were the only two kids that happened to be black and girls in that entire class that received free food from feeding empty little tummies, even though you didn't apply for anything and I didn't apply for anything.
So that's what I was thinking. CC, I was thinking that book bag from that video looks very new, but then I'm like, well, damn, because she didn't tag the mom or anything like that, you know, because I guess she didn't want the mom to run it up or whatever, because, you know, she doesn't want to share any light on the situation with the mom. But wouldn't you want somebody to be able to verify? Has the mom made any other videos? Has Jessica reached out to this other mom? Like, I'm confused about that video as well. Like, what's really going on? Is that Peach real voice and she went to Walmart and got a pink book bag and laid it out like this to make it seem? But where she effed around at is you should have did it with a black bag, because then it would have made sense. Now it's looking like Gorgeous told her or whoever said, you know, this was the first time she signed up, so she received a backpack. Because Jessica basically says why they received the liquor store black bag. The same way they want to disguise what they got from the liquor store, they want to disguise giving what they're giving to the children. Now that you have exposed it for everyone to know, it's no longer discreet. She definitely has bit off more than she chewed. So that is the other mom. Did we see the other mom's video though? Where's the original video? Yeah, because this is a stitch, an edited video. Look like Peach downloaded and recreated. It's not even a stitch like that. So, because in a stitch, you could still see the person's video. So Peach said there was a person at her daughter's school, her kid's school, that was a fan. But for you to know where to go look on this lady's video, because if she's not popping, I know she's not showing up on your FYP. So you must be following this lady as well. So why not say who the lady is? So I get what you're saying. Yes, that's the other mom, but have we seen the other mom? I know Peach built a narrative before stating that don't bring the other kids, don't come over here making the school ghetto or whatever, which was really kind of almost around the time when she found out her kids were failing and not doing well at all. So I'm kind of wondering if Peaches has been building this narrative. Okay, yeah. See, I haven't seen the original either. Yeah, that was at Walmart when she got kicked out. Yeah, I think it's fake too. She never showed the woman. That's why I think Peach said, look, I done pulled my kids out this damn school. I'm finna run this up when Gregory McKay gets the you want to go to homecoming. We finna run all this up. Y'all, we gotta get this money. We gotta get this money. Peach, you right. That's what Peach said. Peach said the mama is a fan, but doesn't want to act like a fan. But the child be like, oh, there go Miss Peaches. There go Miss Peaches. Yeah, that's a whole operation right there. That's hard because they rely on those volunteers. Oh, she went live on TikTok. What's her TikTok name? Not being able to afford going to the school. Oh Lord, knowing it's a free charter school. Now that sounds crazy. Right, but paying attention to who got snacks in their bags. Hey, Kennedy, how are you? Kennedy speaking to everybody. You guys make sure you go ahead and speak back. Yeah, she definitely is. She's dragging it for clicks and views. And unfortunately, if she did have a valid reason and point, I wouldn't say, but somebody like Peach, you could say she's dragging it for clicks and views. If she would have went to that damn meeting with the school, I could have taken her more serious. But when you mean to tell me that you don't want to meet with the school and really find out something, that could be targeting your children or anything like that, all because this person doesn't want to be recorded, that's crazy to me as a parent. If anything, then you're making it seem like you're about to say, well, I'm going to go ahead and set up something with my attorney and we can go ahead and go that route. Like, I'm like, well, damn, what you got going on? You not even setting it up with the attorney? Huh? I'm confused. As I said, I posted it on my video. I'm confused. You say you don't think the other parent wants that type of drama? Well, she got the type of drama because the school knows who she is. unfortunately. So she's, she's opened a can of worms. So I hope, she might not have the type of drama, which is crazy that social media has not been able to find her yet. But within 48 hours, they were able to have Peach's floor plan posted on TikTok when she moved into that townhome. So it's just crazy to me that they have not over there on Tickety Talk found out who the other mom is. And then if she didn't want that type of drama, she wouldn't have gone live either. So she definitely wants the attention. She definitely wants some type of attention. I am suspect of the other parent because you're saying yes. Okay, I see what, because that's what I guess Regina was talking about too. Yes.
They just decided out of all the kids, because they told me it was completely random. Out of all the kids in my daughter's class, your daughter's class, they decided to only give it to the 2 Black students in the entire class.
Daughter was the other little Black girl. I just feel like they were definitely racially profiling, because what makes y'all think that our kids could afford to go to Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy but can't afford to have their little tummies filled? Like, this is just crazy.
I agree. I'm thinking to myself, a lot of y'all in my comments talking about, well, my kids get that free bag of food. My kids get that on the weekends. Baby, our kids have school tomorrow. Today was Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. They have school tomorrow. What made y'all say on a random Thursday, we're going to give Peach
Okay, so she's saying that they gave it to them on a random Thursday. So now that she has said that, that goes back to what I've been trying to figure out. Why did they do it on a Thursday, y'all? Why did they do it on a Thursday? Did the organization have some extra bags and to build a partnership with this school? They went ahead and dropped them off, but then I still don't get why they wouldn't get a backpack. I mean, why they wouldn't get a backpack, but it looks like the other lady's kid got a backpack. So I'm still confused. Y'all. Y'all got to break it down. Why did they get the bags on Thursday now? She said they got the bags on Thursday. Why is that? Oh, you found the other parent's page? Right. The kids are supposed to bring them back to put them in there, so you don't even see them with the black bag. You didn't see the mama's face either? Oh, is she real? Yes. Is the mama real? Right. Yes. And the lady said, in essence, well, I'm sorry you won't meet with us. Right. Like it was something else going on. You said both of them are running game on the school. Hold on 1 second, y'all. It's raining outside. My breath is gonna get water tonight. Breath gonna get water tonight. That's good. Keep my sprinkler off. Okay, so y'all, I'm confused. I am so confused. I don't know what's going on. People saying videos are on their pages. I gotta see what pages I need to go to. So the other parent seems to kind of want Peach attention as I was looking at her TikToks. Oh, what's her TikTok name? Bags are not unfamiliar words. Heck no. Now that is funny. That is funny. Bags are not unfamiliar to Gorgeous, so why would she be puzzled about accepting bags? Clock it. Clock it. Why would she be surprised? Hey, why would she be surprised? I'm still confused, y'all. Her kids are down with the shenanigans. Right, talking about affording for a free school. Maybe she mean they couldn't drive there. I don't know. Afford the school is free. She talked to them again because that part confused me. I thought she was demanding to know the schools. That's what I'm confused about. I'm so confused. I guess because she's saying Jessica told her, or when Choice was in school and Choice was getting his bags, he was getting them on Friday. I don't know, y'all. That's what it seems like from what Peaches is saying. The bags were dropped off on Thursday, so that would be a day early. Jessica said they packed the bags on Thursday and dropped them off on Friday. So I'm wondering if this was just, I don't know, maybe a new partnership. Yes, the program has been going on for 7 weeks. Students chosen all year will get the benefit. But I'm just wondering if, I don't know, y'all. That's what I'm saying. All these questions could have been answered at that damn meeting, but you wouldn't put down that phone. That's the problem. You wouldn't put down the phone.
McIntyre, 2 black kids, and another little black girl that happens to be in class with Peach McIntyre's daughter, who's also black, feeding empty little tummies free food, but not the rest of the class. The rest of the class don't need it.
And not only that, y'all sent her home with a soccer sign up with a registration cost of $250. Y'all think that we can't feed the little tummies, but we can pay $250 for them to play soccer? Like, make it make sense. Like,
that doesn't make sense to me either.
That school is.
So you would have been pissed if they didn't send the soccer form home, because that would have been profiling too. Hell, you could have went and spent around the pole to get them some money to play soccer. You could have asked grandma and granddaddy for something to help play soccer, auntie, godmama, or something like that. So you're saying because their tummies are hungry, they shouldn't give you that form either? No, now that would have definitely been profiling as well. So what you saying, if they profiling one incident, profiling all of them, huh? That's what you saying, big dummy. They say she a fan, and the way she sounds, she seemed like maybe she is a fan. Child, I deleted her and removed her. Don't nobody have time for that. She feels like what Peach is doing makes sense, and no, it's the same. The patch needs to wake up and see how this lady's been playing y'all. This lady has been making it seem like she is mom of the year, let alone has been attacking Black moms who are out here making it happen with supportive husbands, not men that just find a way where they can sleep on the couch all day, impregnate you so they can say, oh, I got to watch another baby. You're thinking that all Black women are not successful, do not have successful jobs, are out here making minimum wage, are all on the system. Only maybe 1% of Black women are not on the system. 1% of Black women don't live in the projects according to you. So now when you thought you took your happy ass down to Lakewood Ranch and put your kids in a damn townhome, pregnant with 2 in your belly, thinking you were providing a better life, knowing you had to go down to the damn clubhouse every day and suck on lobster, pat your coochie, and drop it low to the ground, all for a freaking $1,600, and still sit up there and sell guys after guys after guys, and people saying, oh, because she had a gambling addiction. No, she had poor spending habits. That's poor spending habits. Anytime you get paid, she wasn't always running to the casino. Remember, she was running, eating Capital Grill or whatever all the time in the room, leaving the kids because she worked all day. Nothing but a project hoe mindset. You make a little bit of money, go sit your ass and don't want to be a parent. That's what she was doing. But you guys want to applaud that. The girl already just came out and exposed everything, that she was fraudulent, selling y'all TikTok classes, knowing damn well she don't make any money on TikTok. You have to do TikTok shop. That's what TikTok is pushing. So why is she telling y'all to do that? She's not really showing y'all how to edit. She's not really showing you thumbnails. She has to sit there and sell these classes in hopes and dreams to make enough money. She hasn't bought a car to fit her kids in, but these are who you guys love. This is who you want to say, oh, well, she doesn't, da, da, da. What? She doesn't even know how to conduct herself and handle business for her children. But she's making it seem like everybody else's elevator doesn't go to the top. But this is how she conducts herself. Yeah, no one's tearing her down. This is really not even about like her per se. This is her children, and then all the children she's impacting by how she's talking about this organization. And if she would have went to that meeting about her kids and put that damn camera down. But nope, of course not. Of course not. That would be too much like being a parent. Too much like being a parent.
Predominantly white. Let's be clear on that. It is predominantly white.
It truly is predominantly white, with the Black or African American community only representing 3% of the population at Lakewood Ranch Prep.
And our kids are.
And that's where you decided to send them. That's where you decided to send them, so it doesn't look like real world. I say anytime you want to put your kids somewhere, it needs to be at least 13 to 17% Black. You know why? Because that is how the world is shaped. They can go to 100%. They can definitely do that. But to put them where they're 3%, no. 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 You want diversity. Diversity. And I'm not saying they're 13, 17%, and then the rest is white. No, you want diversity. You want diversity. You want other browns as well. You want the Asian population there. You want the Hispanic population there. You want the Indian population there, the Native American population there, and also white population. You do want it diverse because you don't want your kids to go into culture shock. Now, mind you, they can still go where it's 80% African American. They can go 70% African American, but make sure you have some other percentages in there.
Really the only Black kids there. But come on now. Say you racist without saying you racist. I want to address something. Y'all.
Yeah, her child gonna get kicked out of the damn school too. Her child gonna get out. She done said say you racist without saying you racist. They out.
Peach Patch. Today is Friday, but
Hey, it's Jessica. Welcome to a little bit of a Fun Facts Friday.
Hi, Jessica. I'm Peaches McIntyre, but on the internet, they call me Peach.
We have now been serving this school year for 7 weeks in a row. We're really excited about that.
Congratulations.
So she's not back in Hillsborough County, but she's in Manatee County. And obviously from where Peaches lives, she's in the older part and still has a little distance to Lakewood Ranch, but she didn't seem like had to go back to Hillsborough County.
I'm sure parents who need your services are excited too.
Our goal and main mission is to get food in the hands of kiddos that might need it.
Jessica, that's not what your mission statement on your website where you ask for donations states. It actually reads our mission to pack and deliver meals to food deprived children in our community. That's what it reads on your website.
And so
Hold on, y'all. I want to share this with y'all. It's more comments coming up on the page. So this one says, basically that she didn't take ownership. Jessica didn't do anything wrong, y'all. Master Peach is the wrong party here. Peach and those 9 special kids get free stuff all the time. They be at Publix getting free food before school starts. Y'all need to stop. Opinions. My opinion is that Jessica didn't take responsibility, but tried to justify the actions of the school. Jessica should have let the school deal with it. Every action doesn't deserve a response. And that's why I said this whole thing is getting messy. They're responding because this is PR. The school has not responded. Peach has blasted everyone. This is a big cluster F and a mess. Because at the end of the day, everyone is blaming someone else. Now, Jessica states that they didn't know who was getting it. And then she states, 80% do have consent forms. But we did see on the website the other day that, you did have to have a consent form, but now 20% cannot have a consent form. It's a lot of covering up right now because they probably really honestly never thought like this would come into play. You know what I mean? They've been around for years and never have had this issue to the, extent of it being all over social media. So this is a lot. Did Jessica personally hand the bags to those children? If no, then what exactly is she responsible for? They don't mean like Jessica personally, they mean the organization. Exactly should she apologize for? What does she need to take accountability for? Just a question. If you were the owner of a business and one of your employees mishandled or didn't follow the guide, and that's what I think felt should have kind of went to the school. Like somebody does, even like it still needs to be some type of accountability as far as where it's messed up at and how we can do better to fix this so no parent feels like this again. A comment did suggest, this is a perfect time for a rebranding opportunity. And I kind of honestly agree. This is a time where you can go ahead and change your name. And a lot of times nonprofits, they build on the feel good, but sometimes the person on the receiving end is not feeling as good because, yes, what child wants to know that their parents signed them up for a program called Feeding Empty Little Tummies? Oh, this is a program that your parents signed you up for, Feeding Empty Little Tummies. Like, so they did say this is the perfect time to rebrand. Of course, Feeding Empty Little Tummies is a heartfelt name and it's going to bring in the donations. And of course, because, oh my goodness, it tells you exactly what we're doing. We're feeding empty little tummy, so it tells you that. But somebody receiving it, because that really, you heard how Peaches said that name triggered her a lot. And I can understand where that name can trigger a mom. I worked in the transitional housing facility and dealt with a lot of moms that were transitioning from homelessness back to, being self-sufficient, standing on their own. And I remember a lot of people that were the color of the palm of my hand, how they would look at certain things. And I'd be like, you can't do that. Like they would want to on Christmas. I was over collecting donations for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I would have the sponsors donate the toys and everything like that. And they'd be like, we want to go with the kids to open them. We want, and I'm like, no, the reason you donated this is to let the kids have something under their tree so their parents don't feel like shit that they couldn't provide Christmas for them. That's why you're donating. You're not donating to go, be a Captain Save them. No, this is for the. So sometimes you have to have that balance. Like, people forget they want to feel good so much that you're taken away from the actual purpose. So I do think this is a perfect time to rebrand and maybe look at a different name for those that are receiving it. Feeding empty little tummies is kind of like, But I do think this was a time for everyone to relook at policy and procedures. Felt also could have said what they did. We do see where there has been attention brought to about a certain situation on social media. We will be looking into that further to go ahead and make sure something like that does not happen again. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Because they know why you're doing all this Fun Fact Friday. They know why you're doing, this comment. And then even here, you said you spoke to Miss Peaches. So I just feel like all parties could have handled this a little bit better, in my opinion. From a professional standpoint, I think, feeding empty little tummies is doing the best they can, but also with a small organization, because it is a nonprofit. They don't want any battle against Lakewood Ranch. You don't know what type of lawyers Lakewood Ranch. You don't know what lawyers are on the board, So they don't want this battle either. So they're trying not to throw it back on the school mishap either. So they're being careful with their words as well. Oh, that's the lady, Jamila. I kicked her out. She's gone. Yeah, on the site it says you get a backpack the first time and then that black bag. Okay, she said they probably did a early drop off because it's a 25-minute drive. Okay, and you get those bags out Friday. Oh no, not Peach in the bushes. So there were other bags. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I believe she did sign her kids up from the program. That's why I said there's certain things in the story. I agree with you, Latasha B. James. There's certain things in the story that just don't make sense. I mean, it's just like, huh? But you see, these people are over it. Why is it in a black bag? Is that a Brandon issue? She clearly says it in the damn video. I would like to know how I can donate to this. It says, enough talking, Jessica. You and your organization needs to lawyer up ASAP. Start filing in Manatee County and then filing petitions to all social media platforms about the harassment and slandering of your name and organization. There is enough proof and documentation by Peach herself that can be an open and shut case. Lol, y'all don't know Peach. She did not slander or harass anybody. Huh? I hope they take legal action. Peach is something else with all the money she makes from social media, well over 10K. Dang. I hope they take legal action. This person says they can't because they in the wrong. She not. She already got a lawyer. I call BS considering her kids go to a predominantly white school. Did Peach say she got a lawyer? Did y'all hear that Peach got a lawyer? So she has a lawyer now? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, she sound a little off. Oh, says Peach not telling the whole story. Right, she's not telling the whole story. Something is going on. Yeah, but her money is low, but it's something else going on of why she's attacking the school. I don't know if it's because they told her kid's slow. I don't know if she's like doing her right way. I'm gonna get you back for that one. They would screw another teacher up there. I don't know what's going on, but baby, she is out for hell. They would screw Jessica. Did Wood screw Jessica or try to holler at her, Jessica? I'm not even gonna say you would lay down with somebody like Wood, but did he try to holler at you? Because baby, she is after you. She is after you. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that would be interesting to know if they are in favor of Peach or the school. She definitely is poison to the Black community. Oh, wow. This is the first time they've experienced this type of behavior. Let's see the other mother's page to her bloodline. That's what I want to see. Did she get a lawyer? Did she get a lawyer? They talking about Peach has a lawyer. Oh yeah, she has made some of them people mad. Oh, they have formed. They gonna be out there waiting for her, baby. You know they don't play. They do not play. She did. She loved that it was white. Right. It was the demographics was never an issue. She was proud of them. Yeah. And having their school all over because she already, who knows, this could have been a hell year. They might have already told her about recording because people were calling the school saying how she was out there recording and that was unsafe. So this school is tired of her. The parents are tired of her. It's a small knit community, so they even know what happened at the library because that black lady's still scared talking about some, oh my goodness, they had to have the police up there. And that lady up there at that library saying, oh, Lord, this is what they were warning me about. And were, yes, ma'am. She's a crazy motherfucker. Yes, ma'am. That's what they were worried, telling you about. She's crazy as hell, man. They had to get the police at the children's school, man. What you think she'll do at the library? Oh, okay. They was trying to warn you, ma'am. Miss McIntyre is a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. Y'all better not play with that lady. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I feel bad for her oldest because he's at the age where he can definitely know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And get picked on. Because, these parents and at the school, this was also the talk over the weekend, at the soccer field, the volleyball game, the homecoming dance, all that kind of stuff. These people like, did you hear about that teacher McIntyre? Because she used F word. What? Yeah, she used the F word. We got to get that black bee out of here. We sure do. We sure do. We're going to have a meeting after the meeting. Mm-hmm. Yep, they was ready to get her out of there, baby. You cannot do that. You cannot be acting like that. Nope, can't do it. Y'all make sure y'all like the live. Go ahead and if you're new here, subscribe. We're going to read a couple more of these comments, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here. It's almost 12 o'clock. An email response was sent. So they responded to Peach on Saturday. And to me, whatever they said to Peach on Saturday, it seems like they sent her this damn statement and it didn't do. That's why Peach messed up. You needed to have a meeting with You needed to have a meeting with the school, crazy. Felt should have never addressed it on Facebook and just emailed her back. She did email them. No, she first went off on them. First, she went off on them. First, too, you got to remember, first Peach went off on the school. So I don't know. This is like, that's why I say it's tricky. Remember, she said, I don't know who da. She told him it's a new program. Who thought, it was cool to give my kids this? So I don't know if Peach is trying to tell Jessica, like, look, Jessica, this is what they say your organization stands for, but this is what they're doing once they drop off the bag. Like, is that what she's trying to tell them? Like, Jessica, I'm really not mad at your organization, but I'm letting you know everything you're saying, that my children's school does not follow those policies and procedures. They don't follow that. But I don't know. This is just a hot mess to me. If I could get 7 people to go ahead and like the live, that would be great. 7 people to go ahead and like it. 7 people, go ahead and like it. Keep up the good work. The community appreciates your efforts. Sounds like a great organization. Thanks for all you do. Keep giving. The world needs more people like you. And Jessica did email Entertainment You Love, right? You guys know she did email Yo-Yo. I agree with however Jessica chose to respond. Sad. Thank you. We know your intentions are pure, but that school, I don't know about them. I know it's sad that Peach is trying to destroy their organization. How is she trying to do that? That's crazy. I feel some type of way too. Would feel some type of way too if they gave my kids bags, because she is full of drama. So basically, some people are pretty much on the fence about it. Some people are really on the fence. Never in my life have I seen a person act like this lady. She's weird. Mm-mm. So the name, yeah, and that's what I said. The name itself is horrible, very derogatory. Empty means they have no food. So what will they eat after the noodles? Oh, their tummies will be empty again. That's why I said the name just, this is the time to rebrand. Y'all still didn't apologize. So people wanted them to apologize. Yeah, and still they're not responsible. This is so messed up. They tagged Peach in the video. They still didn't acknowledge or address. This person keeps saying the same thing. Mrs. Peach sent us an email on Friday and responded on Saturday. Hurt people hurt people. This is so true. Well, how was Peach McIntyre picked? Because all their lunch accounts are over $50. I'm just saying, this doesn't help at all. No apology, no nothing. This isn't right. But for the first time, I actually honestly truly agree with Peach. Girl, they don't owe Peach an apology. Dang. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know how this going to end. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a lot of missing pieces. We're only getting a clip of it. So I really, if we can go ahead and get one person to go ahead and like the video, go ahead and get one person to like the live. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Also, you guys can share the video. The goal is to have 5,000 subscribers by January 1st. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Yeah, I feel bad for the oldest. Right. But I'm guessing her kids aren't there, and I don't know what the other mama gonna do. I guess she gonna be the only black person, or she gonna pull her kids out either also. No emotional control at all. Just as ignorant as can be. I mean, y'all, and anyone that can truly justify this video, we're gonna help her run it up again. Hold on.
Husband to assist me with calming down because I really feel like they got me messed up. My son Choicey, when he went to his school, his whole school got bags of food similar to this, the whole school. But to single out my children, and I'm talking about random, you got my kids' names on this fucking bag.
So how many kids are in Choicey school that the whole school got it? Because they say they only sending out 1,352, and you told them if they would have done their research and didn't have your two, they would have been sending out 1,350 per week, right? So how many kids in Tracy's school? Because she said they serve, Jessica said they serve multiple schools. So Tracy's whole school got it? Damn. Or was Tracy in his ESC self-contained class and all the ESC students, the self-contained class, the kids. Some of y'all like to call it 600 hallway, but anyway, this ESC wing. That's the proper way to say it. But anyway, that part, they maybe they got the bags. But she said, Tracy's whole school. Wow.
Talking about feeding empty little tummies. Got me messed up. Y'all better not never, ever in y'all life pick my kids to be the kids with empty little tummies. Like noodles, little bootleg cereal and shit like that. I told my kids, y'all not eating that. I'm about enraged. I'm so upset. Like, don't ever play with my motherfucking kids like this. Your life. How you assume that gorgeous Underwood and amazing Underwood got empty little tummies? I pay for school lunch. It ain't free. Better stop.
Just because and justifying it saying you pay for school lunch, it isn't free. That doesn't mean your kids eat on the, weekend. So, it doesn't mean that, Peach. But.
They can't open it up. Gotta get this shit back.
Girl, when she said, "Can I bring you your food back?" That was so. She sounded like Saucy said, "Tell them."
I don't know who played with my kids like this, but you better not do it no more. Office closed at 4:15 p.m. Current time is 4:08. I dropped my kids off at tutoring.
Hi there, how may I help you?
I came to bring y'all back this food.
I can bring y'all back this food. Oh my goodness, this damn Peach.
I don't know which one of y'all had the bright idea to make this for my children, but don't ever play with my kids like this ever again. Whoever you need to talk to, my kids don't have no fucking empty tummies. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do.
And she should have went in there and said, "Hey," well, because she already called on level 10 because she said she was cussing them out then. So they say you could bring it back. That's when she should have just, been like, "Hey, I do apologize. It just really caught me off guard that my kids received something." And I would have used the organization's name when I called you and you said the organization's name. It just kind of was like, whoa, wait a minute, wait, feeding little empty tummies. Oh my goodness, no, my kids do not have empty tummies. What's going on and why did they receive these bags? Oh, well, you'll have to set up a meeting. Okay, when's the best time for me to set up a meeting? I just want to understand, what's the process and how did they qualify for these bags? Did I sign up for something or something like that? You can even play a little stupid with them until you get what you need, and then you're ready to pop out. You're ready. Once you got your information down, you ain't even got your damn information. People over there talking about something. She already got a lawyer, huh?
Do that. Never again. Never again. Don't play with my kids.
She didn't even get a lawyer when she hit the 18-wheeler. Remember, she was allegedly they hit her, but she didn't get a lawyer then.
I'm dead serious. Fuck about nobody else kids in this motherfucking school.
And that's where she messed up at again. She don't give a F about nobody else in that effing school.
And I don't give a fuck if they kick my kids out of this.
There you go.
School. Don't ever in y'all fucking life choose my kids to be the kids that got empty fucking tummies. The fuck, that's so offensive. So Peach Patch,
that triggered her, baby. That name triggered the hell out of her. Thanks for being a member for 4 months. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Well, she doesn't do her research. She just goes by the skin complexion. Baby, too much mess. Can't read, add nothing. She don't care. That's what she said. Are you serious on her? Oh, Lord. Let's go see. Hold on, y'all. She did it on TikTok or... Let's see. Hold on. She must have did it on TikTok. She must have did it on TikTok because I don't see it. Ah, this one. Here we go. No, this one. Yeah.
At Ross, magic
She
is a
finna run it
formula.
up, baby. She finna run it up. She finna run it up. Let's see. Are y'all able to see it? I just silenced it. So this is the video. Let's go ahead and watch this, and then we going, y'all. We are going. Y'all in the comments going in.
Plastic bags.
now, Jessica, I personally don't see anything cool about receiving a black plastic bag of off-brand food at school.
So we have chosen black plastic bags because they easily conceal the food. When we first started, we were using regular grocery bags, white grocery bags, brown grocery bags. None of them concealed the food the way that this black grocery bag does.
It sounds to me like feeding empty little tummies may have a history of embarrassing children when they receive these plastic bags of food.
No, bitch. The parents should be embarrassed that they have made all these damn children and want to call CPS to get free items while they sit here and brag that they make $20,000 a month. You are so ignorant. They already said they discreetly take the black bags and put them in the children's backpack. Miss, don't volunteer, don't donate. And oh Lord, I done cussed and called a girl a B. I am so sorry. That just really pissed me off because it's like they're known for embarrassing children. No, the parents not being able to provide. I can understand who falls on hard times. I get it. But people like her who use the system and keep their money to go deep throat lobsters, to go ahead and buy their husband. At that time, I don't even think he was your damn husband. He might have been just became your husband. A vehicle before you have reliable transportation for you and your children. 2 evictions in a year. That's not embarrassment. Mom coming to the school in a velour sweatsuit where she just left the casino talking about the kid's grandmother in her shack. That's not embarrassment. mom's wig running around looking like, what were y'all calling her, Holiday Heart or whatever, with the blonde wig? That wasn't an embarrassment. Her not being able to read when the teacher calls on her, that's not an embarrassment. You patting your pussy in the damn clubhouse, that's not an embarrassment. You dropping it low talking about how good the wood is, that's not an embarrassment. You putting chuck pads, wet pads, dog wetting pads on your bed to let everyone know that you squirt because you a grown woman and we all need to know that, bitch, you dummy. That's not an embarrassment. You making a whole skeptical with your daughter about a damn condom, that's not an embarrassment. But okay, her receiving snacks, and I'm sure when she lived on, go, visit your grandma with the no grass in the front yard, I'm sure when she went to the hood corner store, she didn't have a problem getting snacks in a black bag, right?
Regardless if they're white, brown, or black.
So essentially, a child could walk through one door of an office, this bag can be slipped into their backpack, zipped up, and they walk out, and no one needs to know that they came in to receive the food.
And Jessica, here is where you and I have a problem. You see, you sent my 2 Black children who attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy some black plastic bags filled with generic food that we did not ask for, didn't sign any consent forms prior or after, still haven't received one.
But your children have to have free breakfast at Publix and then arrive at school for free breakfast. You're on social media talking about how you have to work and how you're a horrible mom and your kids are so far behind. Peach, you got to hold some accountability also, girl. You said you want to be an excellent mom, a better mom, a good mom. This is where it starts. All your shit that you have done is coming to a head. It's coming to a head and you're messing up big time.
To their school, and nobody pulled them into an office and handed it over to them. What they received was a black bag of food on their desk in front of all of their peers with their name on the food. And everybody started to question, were they in some type of special program? You see, Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy just so happens to only have about a 3% population of Black students. And my daughter, Gorgeous Purpose, happens to be one of 2 Black students in her class. And when she walked in from recess, she was one of 2 students who also happened to be Black to receive a bag, a black bag with their name on it from feeding empty little tummies. And my daughter, Gorgeous Purpose, didn't even receive a backpack to make it discreet. Not only that, she's not a food deprived child. So now she's asking me, Mom, did you sign us up for some type of special program? She's feeling humiliated. She may be subjected to bullying now because
Here we go. And this is the reason why she had to pull her kids out of Lakewood Ranch Preparatory School.
your organization did not follow proper protocol. And
Or she's still not really blaming the school, probably because Gregory is going to still go there. So you see how she's focused in just on that last statement. She is fully blaming Lakewood Ranch. And she is letting them know that they are not representing your organization. Yes, that's all it was. That's all it was. She doesn't. Yeah. She's not. Gorgeous wasn't so much embarrassed, but you can tell in Peach's face and voice, Peaches was very embarrassed and upset by this, you guys. Peaches, this is not what she thought and how she wanted it to work. You know it's going to be a mess. It is going to be a mess, Regina. You already know. Look how, this is why they're in the situation they're in. Regina, you remember when she homeschooled these kids before? Look at them. McIntyre in fifth grade, can't read, write, can't do nothing. We can't understand what Amazing saying. Gorgeous just run around and she want to use her looks and, oh, it's going to be a nightmare. I ain't even want to say nothing. You know she did, Naomi. You know she did. Hey, girl. You know she did. Yes, her ego and rich facade broke on Friday, baby. It broke. Welcome. Because she didn't want them people to know. She didn't want them people to know. Child. Right, bragging about the kids can't read. Girl, you acting like now you Bob of the Year. The kid's embarrassed because she received a hood bag of snacks. A hood bag of snacks on her desk. And if anything, a teacher would know how to change it around and say, oh, you must be special. And if she says that she teaches her kids not to be embarrassed. Remember? She teaches her kids not to be embarrassed. And when it comes, we'll deal with it. Nah, you should have had her flipping. No, Gorgeous, you a boss, girl. They brought you a special package. But no, because you so humiliated. And then you mad because you done said the daggone title. So now Gorgeous done heard and said, dang, we can bag the food from feeding empty. What, mommy? What? Eating, feeding who? Y'all make sure y'all like the video.
Emailed you all. And instead of responding to my email, you got on Facebook. And instead of responding to my email, you got on Facebook proper protocol. And I emailed you all.
Okay, let's see. So my name is Peaches McIntyre, and I am the mother of Amazing Underwood and Gorgeous Underwood, who are students at Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. I am writing you because your organization, Feeding Empty Little Tummies, provided my two children 2 black bags of food yesterday. Okay, so it did happen September 25th, 2025, without my consent and without my family ever expressing a need for food, which right there is a lie. You might have not expressed it to them, but that guy in that shirt, that CPS worker, you did express it to them and you posted it on social media. Okay. I would like to know what made you all choose to provide my children with these black bags of free food without my consent. Now, Jessica said she responded to Peaches. Now, Peaches posted this video and stated that, okay, let me go and see. Let's finish reading. I read your mission statement, which reads to pack and deliver meals for food deprived children in our community. And I can assure you that my two children, Amazing Underwood and Gorgeous Underwood, are not those children. I also read on your website that parents must sign a consent form to receive your services, and I never have. So once again, I would like to know what made your organization provide my two children, Amazing Underwood and Gorgeous Underwood, who attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy, with these free food items. I look forward to hearing. She didn't even do a spell check. I look forward to hearing for you all very soon. The email didn't really give her tone, so that's all right.
And instead of responding to my email, you got on Facebook and made this video. Not apologizing, not taking accountability, simply blaming the school. The school picks the kids. Yet, where is my consent form? Also, if my children were selected, where's their book bag that you have received government funds for and donations? Since we don't have a consent form on file, I'm sure those sponsors would not like to know that they are helping humiliate Black privileged children. We even had to sign my children out of school on Friday just because my daughters.
So do you think you had to sign your kids out of school on Friday because of how you acted an ass on Thursday and their parents heard about it? Do you think so? Do you think so, Peach? Do you think so? This is a perfect picture right there, right? Let's go ahead and snip that. Ooh, Lord, now you're talking about they embarrassed your daughter. You had to pull them out of school on Friday. So what time did you get them from school on Friday?
Still felt humiliated and dehumanized.
Why are women ever?
It's not going to work, Peach. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Peaches, it's the school problem, how they handled it. The company just provided the food. The issue you have at this point is with the school and the teachers. I think the school is to blame, not the organization. Your problem is with how the school chose your children. Cut it out. Just stop. Shaking my head. Again, it's the school and teachers' fault. I still agree with Peach on this one. Me too. Any hardworking parent would and should be pissed. What happened with the book bags? I agree what Peaches is doing because the organization is responsible for running their program. And if they push it to the secondary person, people to handle their responsibility. That's why I did say the organization does need to say, we will look into it. You know, that's how they could have just kind of washed their hands and stepped away from it. Their response was, it was very PR, me being a communications and public relations major. I just feel like this is not the route that we would have, that I would have had my client take as far as, feeding little tummies. Yes, I would have had them get out on it, but I definitely want to make sure we sent a generic email to Ms. Peaches McIntyre that we would be looking into this further, and we do apologize. I would have been setting up a meeting with the school so we can go ahead and discuss it. And this might have been a time where the school and I would have even did a video, as far as the school and Jessica, a school and my client or whatever, did a video together. So I would have handled it a little bit different. But a lot of stuff Peaches is saying about like the embarrassment and everything like that, like, girl, you kind of just messed yourself up, you really messed yourself up. And but we gonna see, y'all. Here it go. Y'all ready? And then we finna really go. Okay, y'all ready? We finna go in a minute, y'all. Let's get some more likes in here. Let's get some more likes, and we're gonna watch these shorts together and react to them. Y'all, come on and give me at least 20 likes. Let's get 20 likes. We got 213 people in here. We have 165 likes. Let's get up to at least 175 so we can go ahead and react to these shorts. Right, because why would your kids even go there on Friday? I thought they was out of school because she was laying up in the bed, but I guess Wood went because she was embarrassed to go back to the damn school. So I guess Wood went and signed them out of the school, but then she went and met with the teacher at 2:30. So I'm confused. So that's why she's not talking about the school. The school, she might have had to sign a letter notice already. Yes, if everybody can hit the like button, let's get some likes. Let's get 5 more likes so we can go ahead and watch the video, the short. They don't owe Peach an apology. I agree. They don't. They should have just cleared their name, though. I feel they could have handled it a little bit better. Yeah, she's very hostile. She is angry. That's why I say it's something else. But she doesn't know how to do her emotions. This was a big trigger. I said from the beginning, it wasn't so much the black bags, it was the name, the black bags, and that school. If they were still at the other school, you know, some other schools they went to or whatever, she probably wouldn't have even known the name of the organization. They probably would have said, oh, the school gave us this today, and she would have left it alone. But at this school, especially, you know, she's scared something's gonna come out. You know, she the big bag, big bag. She's the big bag. Let's go.
In the weeks after that, that backpack is for that kiddo. That is theirs to keep, whether they need it for their school books, whether they need it for their food coming from us, or they need it for everyday life. That is a gift from us. That is theirs to keep.
Hey, Jessica, it's me, Peach McIntyre again, the mother of Amazing Underwood and Gorgeous Underwood, who both attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy and Lakewood Ranch, Florida, Manatee County Charter School. So I didn't get to finish responding to you yesterday because I got busy. My son had homecoming and stuff. But today I have a little bit more time. So I just want to remind you that my children, Gorgeous Underwood and Amazing Underwood, who attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy, did not receive a book bag from Feeding Empty Little Tummies. And this was their first experience with your organization. Can't help but wonder if it's because my children are privileged enough to already have backpacks and lunch boxes that even have their names on them, like this. Now, this is me, Peach McIntyre, taking my only daughter, Gorgeous Purpose, into LL Bean to pick out her own lunchbox and her own backpack because she is such a privileged child. I worked so hard to be able to afford a lunchbox and a backpack and an accessory that cost me $101. That's how privileged she is. And then after that, I went and got her name put on her lunchbox as well as her brothers and their Lakewood Ranch Preparatory jackets.
And they're so privileged, and you sound just as ignorant as your mother. Because at this time, your kids couldn't even damn it read. They couldn't read. You should have been paying for a summer program, some tutoring. You're just like your mom. You're flexing and worrying about on the outside, nappy head and all.
That is how privileged my children are.
The weeks after that, we have these really cool plastic bags.
Now, Jessica, I personally don't see anything cool about receiving a black plastic bag of off-brand food at school.
The weeks after that, we have these really cool plastic bags.
Now, Jessica, I personally don't see anything cool about receiving a black plastic bag of off-brand food.
So we have chosen black plastic bags because they easily conceal the food. When we first started, we were using regular grocery bags, white grocery bags, brown grocery bags. None of them concealed the food the way that this black grocery bag does.
It sounds to me like Feeding Empty Little Tummies may have a history of embarrassing children when they receive these plastic bags of food, regardless if they're white, brown, or black.
So we have chosen black plastic bags because, so what we do, We try to help with the kids that might be afraid of taking food.
Hey, Jessica, it's me, Peach McIntyre again. I just want to remind you that my children, Gorgeous Purpose Underwood and Amazing Life Underwood, they're not afraid of getting help if we need it. But they didn't need help. They didn't need free generic food from an organization.
The thing is, this is what you have taught your children. Even when you don't need it, you still showed people how to get it and take it, just so you can have it. See, this is what happens when you do things in front of your kids and make it seem like it's a flex and it's okay. Now they want to practice those same things. And what's wrong with that, Peach? I'm confused.
Named Feeding Empty Little Tummies.
I told y'all it's that damn name that got her going.
The organization that you work for.
We don't want anybody to feel singled out in any way, shape, or form.
However, my children were singled out, especially my daughter, who came in from recess only to find a black bag filled with generic food that her mom, me, Peach McIntyre, did not consent for and she did not need. It had her name on it, and her brother received the exact same thing with his name on it. Definitely, they were singled out.
Our goal is to help with a possible need.
No. When we revert back to that mission statement, it doesn't say that we help children who possibly need food. It clearly states that our mission is to pack and deliver meals to food deprived children in our community. Remember, it doesn't say possibly food deprived. It says children who are food deprived. Peach McIntyre's Black children who attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy and pay for their breakfast and lunch weren't food deprived.
So what we do, we try to help with the kids that might be afraid of taking food.
Hey, Jessica, it's me.
Wow. So this is who they are, who we are. So she keeps trying to confuse people, her patches, about really, talking about that mission statement. Feeding Empty Little Tummies is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to feeding Manatee County's most needy, homeless, and food insecure students one backpack at a time. This is the actual, thing. So food insecure students. Today, Jane's vision to provide nutritious meals to homeless students is still being fulfilled by our dedicated board, volunteers, and community leaders who helped us serve 58 schools, over 1,626 homeless and food insecure children during the 2024-2025 school year. Each child in the Felt Backpack program is pre-qualified as being homeless, at risk of being homeless, or living in a food insecure household. So at risk of being homeless and living in a food insecure household. Remember when Peaches went up to that school last year with the velour and was going through it, she probably told them that they fell on hard times. And also they had CPS and everything that she was going through and stuff like that. So they were at risk of homelessness, also living in a food insecure household. Now, mind you, you might have a bunch of stuff in the freezer, but if you don't have children old enough to cook it, it's still, they can go in to the school and say, yeah, we have food, but we're not able to do it. And my daddy's hung over on the couch and mommy's crying in the closet. Those are the different things that people can say. Often these children and youth are sharing housing due to economic hardship or a similar reason, living in motels, hotels, trailer parks, or campgrounds due to lack of alternative accommodations. Some are living in emergency or transitional shelters or living in cars, parks, public spaces, abandoned buildings, substandard housing, or bus or train station. We also serve children awaiting permanent foster care, those and others. So this is the board right here. So the executive director is Jessica. So this is definitely the board. You got Jason Osborne, Bruce Cam, Gabriella Macias. So this is very interesting. It's a very interesting board. I would love to hear Jasmine Ambert's thoughts on it, but it's very sad. You can get involved, you can volunteer, events, contact the schools. This is where the schools, like we said the other day, submit your weekly backpack count. When we did click on it, so how many girl students with a consent form, how many boy students with a consent form, students receiving backpacks for the first time, students receiving plastic bags, so it's not their first time. So it just seems like this part might have even been filled out incorrectly. If the school did go ahead and, do everything, we know there are consent forms, reach out if you have questions, so you can reach out, send them a message. It's a sad thing, but this is business. When you get, if anybody's in business, if you get a customer like Peach, it's hell, but you got to keep going, and hopefully they're able to, get themselves together. This is a pricey mishap. They need to reach out with the schools that they cater to and serve, and they need to make sure the schools are representing their organization properly. That's what they definitely need to do. It's time to go ahead and make sure the school is, doing what they need to do as well. Yes, if we can get everybody to go ahead and hit the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I really do. Rocking out with me all night. We've been on here about 2.5 hours, y'all. I appreciate it, though. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's get 2 more people to like the video, though. Yes, that's what I said. The school, how she's wording everything. She is not speaking on the school in a bad light. Whatever it is, she is not. And you see, he done had his homecoming. Like I said, so homecoming is done. So she could really be like, screw it. But she's not speaking on that school in a bad light. So I don't know what the school done scared her about. And the way she is explaining it, you can tell it's the school's fault. But she is telling the story in a roundabout way where, it's really not the organization, it's the school. So I don't know. Which videos? Jessica videos down or Peaches, them hostile shorts we just watched? Correct. And then you on here talking about how much you spent on this backpack, and everything like that. Child, you talk about Rubber K Run. I know that's right. Yeah, she really is. It's becoming it's really, this is scary. Yeah, this is true. Cause this is really bad. Right, big fraud. She looks exhausted, y'all. She really does. I feel like they have too, Kelly, and I feel like they said it in a roundabout way. Kids being kids. Oh yeah, we go to did you guys eat breakfast this morning? Yeah, we went to Publix to get the free cookie and fruit. Huh? Like that's a red flag. Yeah, you're right, Leslie. I agree with you, Leslie. I agree. Harassment. She doing too much. She is doing too much. That's what I feel. She wrote them dang on names on them sticky notes because that would have been all over. They don't know who they're giving it to unless when it got dropped in the office. And like, still, that's something Jessica has to go back with Lakewood Ranch Preparatory and figure out, like, hey, how did y'all distribute these bags? Because y'all crazy ass student mama on our ass. What's going on? Something is definitely going on. She's not handling it correctly at all. Right. Got banned from Walmart, Popeyes. Done got in a fight with the hairstylist. Yep. Crazy. Right. But that's because she got a project mindset. She act like she did her big one. She did her big one, baby. But all that is ignorance. They got a whole you went and did all that for a book bag and they can't even read. So they could just look down at their book bag when it's time to write their names. Yeah, her daughter wasn't profiled or embarrassed. And then it comes to the point where you go up there and set it off Cleo braids. You done gone up there with your titties hanging down to the floor. You done did all types of stuff. You're not worried about whether the other parents see you on social media. Now you're trying to blame the organization because you showed your natural ass at these people's school and you too ashamed to go back. You couldn't even go back on Friday to pick up the kids. Obviously Wood had to go because you was at home and you talking about I gotta wait till my husband get home. Well, when did you have to go sign out the kids? Or did you sign them out and go back home and then they wanted you to come back up there? You signed them out, went back home, and they wanted you to come back? Yes, sleep deprived, sex deprived, nutritional deprived. She's all of them. No, she the only one who goes and does school shopping right when that check hit. Right when the check hit. No, she didn't have a problem with filling up Choicey's empty tummy. It was just because it was at this school and she's trying to figure out, she don't want them people to know. Even though them people already know you got CPS, but see, I guess with CPS coming up, she could use the excuse, the cases are always closed. It's because I'm a celebrity. This really put it out there. Even when she didn't have to really expose her eviction like that with them, she probably just was telling, the school, people found out where I'm using that money. They're going to evict, but I'm going to court, telling the school stuff. She always had a cover up for her dysfunction. She was always able to have a cover up for her dysfunction. Right. I ain't know kids even wanted LL Bean. That's something she dream of. Exactly. She will. I hate how she pronounces it. I hate it. Yep, she is pissed. She about to have a house full of kids. She not gonna be able to work, get that money. She not gonna be able to go sit in the library all day. And she is terrified because Wood is gonna haul ass. Wood is gonna haul ass. I do too. That would be so funny, right? That would be so funny. Yeah, she doing Jessica like Jessica, Miss Sophia, Miss Tracy. Girl, she is doing her the worst. Yes, Peach is not embarrassed, but she's trying to sit here and say that this embarrassed Gorgeous. But before, anytime somebody in a live asks Peaches, aren't you scared your children are going to be embarrassed of how you act? We actually talk about that. We talk about that. And, you know, my kids are not going to be embarrassed. And if they aren't, we're going to go ahead and approach it. And then, remember all that? Girl, you just as batshit crazy. She is crazy, y'all. She trying to pay her rent. Yup. Hopefully they don't evict her before them checks hit. She can do a promise to pay and show her studio, her back office. Girl, that's what I'm just like. You can see when you go in and say who we are. That statement just gives you a quick glance to keep people going, you dummy. Yep. Yeah, she is. You could tell she's not doing well, y'all. She's not doing well. Lord have mercy, not the cult leader. Oh, I definitely believe they are having big conversations. Jessica, the executive director of the organization, making a damn video. Mm-hmm. Right. She abused the CPS system, calling it for herself, didn't want to get herself together, telling other people to call. Child. She has no idea what's coming. I agree. Yup. Abuses everything. Abuses everything and now wants somebody to feel bad for her. Girl, nobody feeling bad for you. We are not feeling bad for you. You did this to yourself. You trying to run it up, but at whose expense? Oh, Lord, whose expense? These poor children. Yeah. But y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. It is getting late. Y'all have a good one. Make sure everyone go ahead and like the live. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So we do know the bags officially went out on Thursday. She responded and did a immediate reaction before having any information. I honestly was hoping that they gave him out last Friday. And even though it's going to be malicious, I was like, well, at least she was working on something for a week. It didn't work out. Boom. She said, I'm going to take it to social media. But to be so irrational, to literally receive the bags, have a phone call with someone in the office, probably didn't speak to who you needed to speak to, cussing them out, then get back to the office, throw the food through the little window, cussing, them out, and they don't know what's going on. I mean, it's just a mess. Teacher gives you, wants to have a meeting. The teacher probably truly might not even been addressing that. And then that might be, I'm about to leave y'all, but that might be why the video was cut, because they were talking and then Peach got up and left because Peach, the principal, said, you know what, unfortunately this type of behavior is not tolerated here. And Peach got upset and mad, thinking that we were going to discuss the feeding empty tummies. And the school was like, nah, we talking about your behavior towards our staff the other day. We talking about that. So we'll see. But y'all go ahead and make sure you like the video. Baby, this is like a damn messed up soap opera. Thanks, Les Rock. I appreciate that. Yeah, Peach is bankrupt. Oh, but we'll go ahead and discuss. Y'all have a good night. Good night.